Welcome back to part 24 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as the Bosporan Kingdom. We just finished a war with, or closed out a war with the Egyptian revolt. It happened during our war with Carthage. Egypt was an ally. The revolt triggered. We separate peaced and took a fair clip of territory. We're about to peace with Carthage. I strongly suspect that we'll be able to acquire the war goals necessary here in Gaza, Seleucid Megale, to enact the reformation of Alexander's empire. There's one more territory here, Ecbatana, and we need to do that almost immediately after closing out the war. Then we'll be able to enact this decision and get morale of armies, a diplo rep, and freeman happiness. All of that is going to help with the happiness, the unintegrated culture group. The diplo rep will help with AE while we're at peace, and the freeman happiness, of course, will inspire loyalty in the freemen, and probably there are a great many about them. I have not as yet moved pops from the countryside into these cities and whatnot. It seems like quite involved and costly even just to move them from the same province into the cities. There are a great many. I'm not sure it's going to get done. What I did do with my gold hoard, I had about 10k or thereabouts, is I depopulated these steppe territories to move them down to these long territories here and or here, and essentially removed all the pops from here fairly quickly, moved them into our capital territory where I built some theaters and got close to realizing the potential of the capacities in these areas. There are more aqueducts that can be built, and there are essentially no more pops available in a timely manner from here, and I want to get this legion really humming hard. It's at 199. We want more. So I built theaters. I note I have quite a few what were the Albanians. I'm not sure what culture they are. Legian, Albanian, Parthian, various sorts. You'll note there are quite a few pops there, but there's exactly one city. Why not plop a theater down there just because? This city here, why not do it as well? We'll have one there just for, if no other reason, to inspire loyalty over the longer term, because that's essentially the one city for this entire. Well, there are two cities, so far as I can tell, here in Albania. Maybe a few more, but whatever the case, there are a great many pops there, and there's no way they're going to be housed in these couple of cities that we just took. This one, I think, is near maximum. So if we evacuate these pops over to our capital, we can both increase our levy size and our productivity and assimilate them and convert them at an expedited pace. So it should be a winner over the longer term, over, say, the next 10 to 12 years. I think all that should come together for a pretty substantial increase to our legion count. How are these pop capacities so high? Aqueducts and artifacts. I need to well, we have the starfish of Atargatis, the Cybele stone for 2 aqueducts, which essentially adds 8 capacity or more for a bit of a gold outlay. This Ben stone is +6 capacity. And then we have a +4 population capacity here as well. And then we have various efficiencies relative to our population capacity, coastal, estate infrastructure, a couple of errant improvements, urban planning, etc. Back to the war here, I would imagine Carthage, let's see what they want to give up. Do they want to give up Gaza? They do. Can take that as well. No, wait a minute here. We want Gaza. We don't need that for any reason at all. So I have a list here. We can take Gaza off of it. Tyros, I believe we already have. We'll take that off the list. Now we need Seleucid Megale here, which would be right here. So we'll click that button as well. That leaves us 38. And we can take... Carthage is large, so we'd want to really take the rest out of him. We have a claim here, and I don't really want to file another one. So we'll take that, and that, and that. Let's see if we have 11 points or whatnot. Let's see how willing he is. He seems reasonably so. And let's see, we'll go up to... let's see if he gives this up, whatever exactly that is. He will. It's a nice tight peace agreement there. Let's do it. We'll take the money, clearly. I'm going to de-exile these armies, stand down the mercs, and spend this money to torque out the regions that I mentioned in the last episode. Cappadocia, Pontica, Colchis, Sarmatia, Europa, Macedon, Thrace, and I think, have I mentioned Cappadocia, Pontica? I have. I'm going to do that. I'll be back. I spent most of my horde building aqueducts about in some of our larger cities here. Getting Moesia populated with more Bosporans. There are quite a few available coming online here about. That area have some aqueducts in Macedon, aqueducts in Cappadocia, Pontica, and Colchis as well. So all of those populations are topped out, mostly filled with Bosporans. As to these new holdings, there's no money. They'll have to rely on our wonders for happiness. Speaking of that, these areas seem to have come around by and large. Between the +5 loyalty tick, civics national idea, our noble citizen and freeman happiness, a wonder, as well as our multiple wrong culture group boni that we get here. The heritage of Spartacus gives us 6%. Well, let's check to see exactly. View pops info. So Aramaic is wrong culture, so let's see why he has unintegrated foreign culture plus 12%, Spartacus 6%, Harlequinassus 5%, accepted rights, minor syncretism, and that looks like about it. Other sort of random ones that can come and go. And the question is what to do now. We have a stability of 29. We're levered up relative to our army count. I was going to attack Kush to trigger Egypt for a second round. Unfortunately, our claim has yet to hit. It's about 58% finished. That leaves our old friends in Rome here. We have a claim on, I believe, Dardania and Latium as well. I figure in between the time that we'll be able to move over towards Rome, it's taking a bit longer than I would have anticipated to extract these troops. Some of them were pretty deep in there. This guy's been on a forced march since the end of the war. The secondary heavier fleet has picked up this guy. It's very slow. I'm going to move it up to, say, this area here. Rome is revolting. I think it'll probably form an empire or something. Maybe we can attack both halves. We have a claim in Latium, which I think is still intact under Rome proper. And then we have a claim against the Roman revolt. Maybe we'll... this doesn't sound like a bad idea. The problem is they'll make amends with one another and then they'll tell us to go home and we'll be able to take nothing. And we'll not stand for it though. This fleet here is going to go and pick up this lot here. And pick up this other unit that's on its way up here. Make a long story short, we are going to finish out the requirements for the Argid Empire and attack the sky immediately. He has his buddy in Tylos, which is here. I think we have this unit here we need to send over to Tylos immediately. Let's see about we don't. This levy's already been called up here. Yep. Well, let's get moving here. I'm gonna call up a levy here. March in there. We'll get both these here. Let's forced march in there, and we'll get this under control here as well. The siege of Tylos just fell. I think all of this lot should be peaceable. We should have actionable Alexander's Empire. We'll do it. We have all kinds of augmentation here in our present capital, and will remain there. So we should have more. Let's see what we have. We have Argid Unification, 6% more culture group happiness. Morale of armies, Diplo Rep, that should get this lowered in peacetime. It's 0.32% now, so our base time and a half. Our base plus Diplo Rep is getting us a 0.5 burn. What else do we have? And Boda. We have the Seleucid thing, build cost, build time from raising these various cities. Political influence, well, that's what it is. It's a fine ability. We kept the same national ideas in place, and all looks very good. Would have I rather kept the name Bosporan Empire or whatnot? Probably. Well, I've sort of got into the area with the troops that I've evacuated from the Egyptian-Carthaginian War. The first taxes here, all 13 marshal of them, is the only guy not participating. I suppose I could swap out the generals, but he's going to hold down this whole area here. He'll be able to react to various threats with his 39 Liborians. These, the main fleet here is headed up. I have it directed around in this area. This is the war goal right here against the Roman revolt. And I think we'll just engage them. Maybe we declare on the Roman Empire, I think Republic it still is proper. Maybe we don't, I don't know. This war is going to be very detailed and probably, again, much like the other one, would probably take a couple of episodes to even just give highlights, as these revolts and such tend to be quite involved. I'm going to take it slow down speed 3 here. I will give updates from time to time. His capital is here. We're headed on the other side. I'm going to drop some troops here to try to secure this, these various provinces, and then maybe drive across here and try to bring the fleet around and then take his capital. Looks like a wonder is upgradable. Let's see which one. The juicy one here. Let's go ahead and upgrade to level 4. 180 PI, but I think well worth it. We'll get considerably more reinforcement speed, provincial loyalty, governor loyalty, as well as siege ability, another 10%. We popped another advance here, religious. May as well take another boni to our siege engineers. We have occupied a great many Roman revolt territories, so much so that the Rome proper is now resurgent. We have a claim here in Latium, and I'm going to action it right now. The plan here is to head over to the Roman revolt capital, siege it, or assault it, and then peace out with him and continue the war with Rome proper. But now we have the ability to roam about and attack whom we please, in whatever manner we please. We have another technology that popped. I'm taking another 2.5% there. I'm pretty sure we're done with the siege. I'm not going to take that or that, I think. There's all kinds of mayhem and whatnot happening here. We're a little short-handed here in the south, but these guys are going to make their way down at some point. We've arrived in the revolt's capital. I'm going to assault it immediately. We've taken that port, or his capital. We're going to become engaged in a naval battle shortly. What does the rest look like? Very well. I'm sort of worried that these guys will reconcile, and then we'll get nothing for either war. So I'm much more prone to peace out quickly than I would otherwise be. There's a hot battle heating up here. It's I don't think he has really much of a chance, but who knows. We've taken his capital. I'm going to forced march onto this territory here and see about Sardinia as well. We just, I think, stack wiped somebody here. Yep. Now the Roman army proper is coming, but we have reinforcements on the way. He's faring pretty well, but not well enough. Rome has been pillaged. We've done it. This war has gone on much longer than I would like. Not that I don't like the warring part. It's just that I'm getting very nervous that these two are going to see the light and stop warring with one another, and then all of this will be for naught. The problem is that either of them, well, Rome is low, but the revolt is quite, he has an enthusiasm of medium, and he's the guy that we've been sort of going out of our way to hammer. I wonder if I should peace with Rome and then we'd lose access. I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to peace with Rome proper, I think. Carry on with the revolt. Let's see what we can get. That sounds, it's a little border gore-ish. Looks like he's willing to give out 100 war score. I'll take it. Now, does he reconcile with the revolt right now, or vice versa? I don't know. Well, the Roman revolt has finally succumbed. Somehow, in some way, I didn't pay attention to the war goal, and I think they reoccupied it, which is the reason why the war went on. I would just look at it as a bonus that we were able to peace out with more. At least that's the line we're going with. Let's see what we can get here. I think we can close, consolidate these areas here, and try to grab that as well. And this area here, 96 sounds good. 99 sounds better. We'll take this area as well, and peace. Boom. We'll take it. I'm going to use that money to see if I can get my provenances that are arms manufacturers, essentially. Cold cheese, Cappadocia, Phrygia, Thrace, Macedon, and Sarmatia, Europa, more ability to create legions. I'll be back. Alright, I spent my massive gold hoard on a great many things. I need to get these guys the heck out of this area. It's going to take a while to action. This guy is essentially stuck. There's no way to get him out. Where's my secondary fleet? It is here. And okay, so we have to de-exile the fleet here. We'll go there. This fleet is exiled. We're going to get both of these units perhaps to this area here so they can be brought back to Bosporan, Sicily there. It looks involved. They're going to take a little bit of time to get done here and extract ourselves for whatever the next war is. I suppose we could go up here and attack Arvernia. And that would just take us even longer to extract. And there's really not a lot of point in it, as he's not really much to worry about. He's got probably a lot of pops. It's going to take a couple of wars to take him out, but I think we have bigger fish to fry, and this area is generally you can conquer it in a very short period of time once you are able to focus on it. It's Carthage is presently Carthage and Rome that are the problem relative to repetition of wars. He's got a lot of war score there. This fellow is no slouch really either, it would seem. We can file a claim on this guy. Really, to what end? I'm not sure. I ask myself that sometimes, and then I wish I had the claim. So maybe I'll drop a claim there on the majors. I think that we are going to head down here and action a claim against Kush, retrigger Egypt, and this Farah. We have all the claims from the Argead Empire actionable against Egypt. So if we attack Kush and trigger Egypt, we should have an easier time taking territory out of him. Technically, we have a truce until 667, at which point we could attack him directly. When is our Carthage truce end? The same day, 667. Could almost wrap your head around that. It's going to take a while to extract. Get on the boat. Head down here, engage Kush and Egypt. And then we could maybe hit Carthage again and war with Egypt twice and essentially take him completely out of the game. I don't know really whether that's actionable in real time. I think we'll be done sooner than all that. I think we'll be mulling about and doing. Look at that, we have all the claims on the Egyptian revolt as well. Could we attack? We can't until 667 as well. What I think happens here is we extract board, get down here, attack Kush, and this fellow here as well. We have a claim. Establish adjacency to Kush here, and then take quite a bit out of Kush, and yeah. And then Egypt would have to be a separate piece, and the war would have to run 3 years. The good news with a 3-year war run is that we can take 100 war score out of Egypt and 100 war score out of Kush. And then we will, by almost definition, be spending some time to reorganize, at which point it'll be 666. And then we can declare war on Carthage. At that point, the truce ending 667 October. All that sounds reasonable. It will still be here and not there, but there's nothing wrong with it. We can certainly take Trevida. And Moria just... I did 3 truce break wars against Moria. It didn't hurt us too terribly badly relative to our provincial loyalties. It didn't do them any good, but now with our 6% wrong culture we have from Argid, as well as the Freeman happiness, there are quite a few cities about. We're trending hard up at 25 stability. So we could do that again and not really worry here. So one of those two things will happen. We'll either take Kush in Egypt quick and then head over here for just a singular war against either, or we'll swing back to Carthage and then probably have to truce break Moria into do 2 or 3 truce breaks. I'm gonna make all that happen. I'll be back. What did I do with all my money? That's the question. So all of these territories here are... Actually, I didn't